Hold on for a second, because what I'm about to tell you might completely flip the way you think about supplements. Imagine doing everything right, eating better, taking vitamins, trying to boost your immunity, and still getting sick again and again. Now imagine the real problem isn't what you're missing, but what you're doing wrong every single day, without even realizing it. There's one tiny zinc mistake that millions of people are making right now, and instead of helping their immune system, it's quietly weakening it. And the worst part? Most people think they're actually doing something good for their health. Picture this. You wake up, you grab your supplements, maybe zinc is one of them. You take it quickly, maybe with your breakfast, maybe with coffee, maybe with other vitamins, and you move on with your day feeling like you've checked the healthy box. But what if I told you that this exact routine, this simple habit, could be blocking zinc from actually working inside your body? And over time, it could be one of the hidden reasons your immunity feels weak, your recovery feels slow, and you don't feel as strong as you should. Real quick, before we go deeper, if you like simple, practical health tips that actually make a difference in real life, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it means more content like this can reach more people who need it. Now let's get into the truth that almost nobody is talking about. Zinc is one of the most important minerals your body needs, especially when it comes to your immune system. It helps your body fight off infections, supports wound healing, plays a role in hormone balance, and even affects your energy levels and mental clarity. When your zinc levels are good, your body feels stronger, more resilient, and more balanced. But when zinc isn't working properly, everything starts to feel just a little off. Here's where things get interesting. Because the problem for most people is not that they're not taking zinc, it's how they're taking it. The number one mistake, the one that quietly destroys the benefits of zinc, is taking it at the wrong time and with the wrong things. Zinc absorption is very sensitive. It doesn't just enter your body and start working automatically. It competes with other minerals, especially things like calcium, iron, and even certain compounds in foods like grains and legumes. So when you take zinc alongside these, your body absorbs much less of it. Think about that for a second. You could be taking the perfect dose of zinc every day. But if you're taking it with a heavy meal, or alongside calcium supplements, or even with your morning coffee, your body might only be getting a fraction of it. The rest just passes through, doing nothing. And this is where most people get confused. They say, "I've been taking zinc for months. Why don't I feel any difference?" The answer is simple. Your body never really got the benefit in the first place. Let's make this even clearer with a simple scenario. Imagine two people taking the exact same zinc supplement. One takes it properly, on an empty stomach or away from competing nutrients. The other takes it with a big breakfast full of grains, dairy, and coffee. After a few weeks, the first person starts noticing better immunity, faster recovery, maybe even clearer skin, and better energy. The second person? No change at all. Same supplement, completely different result. This is why timing matters so much. The best time to take zinc is usually either on an empty stomach or at least 1 to 2 hours away from meals that are high in calcium or iron. Some people prefer taking it before bed, when the stomach is relatively empty and there's less competition. Others take it between meals during the day. The key idea is simple. Give zinc a clear path into your system. But there's another mistake, and this one is just as important. A lot of people take too much zinc, thinking more is better. But zinc doesn't work like that. In fact, taking too much zinc for too long can actually create imbalances in your body, especially with copper. When zinc levels go too high, copper absorption goes down. And that can lead to issues like fatigue, weakened immunity, and even neurological symptoms over time. So now you have a situation where someone is taking zinc to improve their health. But because of poor timing and excessive dosing, they might actually be making things worse. This is why balance is everything. For most people, a moderate dose is more than enough. You don't need extremely high amounts unless there's a specific deficiency diagnosed by a professional. What matters more is consistency and proper absorption, not just the number on the label. Now let's talk about another hidden factor: the form of zinc you're taking. Not all zinc supplements are created equal. Some forms are absorbed better than others. For example, zinc picolinate, zinc citrate, and zinc glycinate are generally considered more bioavailable, meaning your body can use them more effectively. On the other hand, cheaper forms like zinc oxide may not be absorbed as well. So even if you're taking zinc at the right time, if the form isn't great, you might still not be getting the full benefit. At this point, you might be wondering, how do I know if zinc is actually working for me? Your body usually gives you signs. When zinc levels improve, people often notice fewer colds, faster healing of cuts or wounds, better skin health, improved taste and smell, and even more stable energy levels. On the flip side, low zinc can show up as frequent infections, slow recovery, hair thinning, or even a reduced sense of taste. But here's the tricky part. These symptoms can be subtle. They don't always scream for attention. That's why small daily habits, like how you take your supplements, can make a big difference over time. Now think about your own routine for a moment. When do you usually take your supplements? Is it with meals, with coffee, alongside other vitamins? Without realizing it, you might be stacking multiple things together that cancel each other out. This is where awareness changes everything. At Vital Age Nutrition, the goal is to simplify health, not complicate it. You don't need a long list of supplements or extreme routines. Sometimes, fixing just one small mistake, like how you take zinc, can unlock better results than adding 5 new products. And this applies beyond zinc, too. Your body is like a system. Everything interacts. Timing, combinations, consistency, they all matter. When you start paying attention to these small details, you stop wasting effort and start getting real results. Let's go a bit deeper into something most people overlook: food interactions. Certain foods contain compounds called phytates, commonly found in grains, beans, nuts, and seeds. These compounds can bind to zinc and reduce its absorption. Now, this doesn't mean these foods are bad. They're actually very healthy in many ways, but it does mean that taking zinc right alongside them might not be the best idea. So if your breakfast is something like oatmeal with nuts and seeds, and you take your zinc at the same time, you're likely reducing how much your body actually absorbs. A simple shift, like moving zinc to a different time of day, can completely change the outcome. Another thing to consider is coffee and tea. Both contain compounds that can interfere with mineral absorption. So if you're taking zinc with your morning coffee, you're again creating a situation where your body isn't getting the full benefit. Now you might be thinking, this sounds like a lot to manage, but in reality, it's very simple once you understand the pattern. Give zinc its own space. That's it. Don't mix it with everything. Don't take it randomly. Be intentional. Take it when your body can actually use it. Over time, these small adjustments start to compound. And that's when you begin to notice real changes. Better immunity, fewer sick days, faster recovery, more consistent energy. And the best part is, you didn't add anything new. You just used what you already had, more effectively. Now, let's address one more common myth: that zinc alone is enough to boost immunity. Zinc is important, yes, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Your immune system depends on multiple factors: sleep, stress, nutrition, hydration, and overall lifestyle. If these areas are out of balance, no supplement can fully compensate. So think of zinc as a support tool, not a magic fix. Use it wisely, combine it with good habits, and it can make a noticeable difference. As we start wrapping up, here's something I want you to remember. Health doesn't usually fail because of big mistakes. It fails because of small ones repeated daily. And the zinc mistake we talked about today is one of those small things that can quietly hold you back. But now you know. And once you know, you can change it. So starting today, take a look at your routine. Adjust the timing. Separate zinc from interfering foods and supplements. Choose a better form if needed. Keep the dose balanced, and give your body the chance to actually benefit. If you found this helpful, drop a comment below and let me know. When do you usually take your zinc? I read every comment, and it helps me understand what topics you want next. And if you know someone who's always getting sick or struggling with low immunity, share this video with them. Sometimes, one small piece of information can make a big difference in someone's life. And if you want more simple, no-nonsense health tips like this, make sure you're subscribed to Vital Age Nutrition, because we're just getting started.